What is up, everybody? Dane the Fireman here, and we're going to be talking about 5 motorcycle mods that everybody gets, but they really shouldn't. Now, these are mods that everybody really wants to get off the bat. As soon as they get a motorcycle, they're like, I got to replace this, I got to replace this, I got to replace this, without really any thinking of safety orientation or whatnot. But these are things that pretty much are useless when it comes to what happens to your bike and how you can be a better rider. So take that with a grain of salt. If you like these cosmetic things, then go ahead and do that. If you like safety stuff, let's go ahead and skip these things for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell button if you like these types of videos, because I love making them, and I do at least once a week, plus all my live streams, to where I answer your questions and we talk about motorcycle accidents, which this is a car accident, but it could easily have been a motorcyclist getting hurt. The biggest thing that I see a lot of people wanting to get, and a lot of people telling me to get on my new FTR, is a full exhaust or a slip-on exhaust. So a full exhaust is the full system going from the headers and the engine all the way throughout the whole thing. A slip-on is just that last portion where it's the muffler and you can kind of change the sound and back pressure and maybe a little bit of power. It's not that important as a brand new rider or as a rider that just got a new bike. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It really isn't. When I had my Harley, I got exhausts, I got bars, I got all those different things that I thought was really cool. I did the same thing where I just want to get some cool looking stuff. Now, the one thing that really made a huge difference to my bike was a fuel tuner. So I got the Fuel Pack FP3 from Vance and Hines, and that thing made my Harley Sportster ride so much better. It created basically a whole new bike for me, and that is well worth the cost. I think it's like less than half of what I spent on my first exhaust, and it made my bike that much better. Do not get a full exhaust right away. Get a fuel tuner so your bike runs better. That's what I would do. We got a lot of traffic here, so I kind of got to pay attention a little bit. Got my escape routes. Yeah, boy. Secondly, I see people saying, man, I'm going to go crazy on this new bike. I love it. I got a new bike. It's so powerful. I'm going to do some crazy stuff. Crazy. Let's get some race tires. No, guys, don't get race tires on your sport bike. I understand you got a sport bike where you want to do some crazy stuff with your cruiser. Maybe you want to do some crazy stuff on the FTR. Who knows? But do not get race tires for doing this. Right now, I'm actually taking my bike to its 500-mile service. I got brand new tires, basically 500 miles on these stock tires. You do not need to get new tires, especially like race tires. You do not need to get race tires. That is not where you need to go. That's not the direction you need to be doing. Okay, so you need to get tires for your type of riding. Okay, there's commuting, you're racing, so you might need race tires for racing. Or if you're doing like a weekend rider type thing, if you only ride on the weekends, or if it's nice out, you got to figure out what type you are. Okay, if you're constantly commuting, you're going to want to get a specific tire for commuting because it has a hard, dense center stripe basically down the tire, so that when you're riding like straight lines all the time, it wears out a lot less. You're going to trade a little bit of traction for it, but you're not going to have really bad cupping on your tires. You're not going to have flat spots on your tires. So that is what you want to do, is you want to get something specific for commuting. Well, if you're going to be racing, you're obviously going to want race tires. So the whole point of not getting race tires is mute in this aspect. But if you're going to get race tires, you kind of already understand that you're going to a track, you're going to be doing stuff like that. So that's a whole other deal. You guys are probably not doing that right away. So commuting and then possibly weekend riding. Just get the things that you like. If you like doing mountain riding, you might need more aggressive, stickier tires. If you like to do commuting like this, or it's just a personal vehicle to where you commute, then you're going to need some commuting style tires that will last many miles and won't wear out in the center that quick. I see this a lot on people's stuff. I never really got the idea and understood why, but a lot of people love their carbon fiber. Carbon fiber replacements for everything. I understand it does reduce the weight a little bit, but we're not here racing and trying to shave off seconds of our commute. Okay, so there's better things to buy outside of that. There's definitely better things to buy. There's no real benefit for the street. There really isn't. Okay, so a tank gripper, that's what I would do. I would buy something that will grip on the sides of the tank. That way you can wrap your legs a lot easier to grab the tank. So right now it's a little slippery on my tank because I don't have one. I actually bought one. Hey, what's up, buddy? I actually bought one. I'm gonna put it on after this 500-mile service, But yeah, I would definitely buy a tank gripper. That's something like stomp grip, or it looks like skateboard stuff. But anyways, you're gonna find something. There's aggressive, not so aggressive, but there's cheap, there's not so cheap, there's clear, there's black, there's stuff specific for your motorcycle, there's universal. I would definitely get some type of tank gripper, and that is money better spent on that. And just kind of go with what you already have when it comes to the looks. You don't need carbon fiber. This is something I want to do to my bike, but I'm kind of waiting for a very good aftermarket option. Indian FTR is relatively new, but a license plate relocator or a modification, that is something that I would like to do. It's not something that's needed, therefore I'm not doing it. It's a want, not a need. And that's kind of where we're going with a lot of these mods. These are all wants, not necessarily needs. So there's also modifications to your license plate that like pretty much eliminates it and hides it. Okay, so if you're doing that, if you're hiding it behind your rear tire so nobody can see it, remember the only time anyone's gonna want to use this mod is if they plan to ride like in a reckless fashion, okay? And you don't want to be that person, and you don't want to be riding with people like that. There's no reason to be hiding your license plate. If you're just doing the speed limit, you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. You don't need to be hiding that stuff. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. If you're gonna relocate your license plate, make sure it stays within your state's or even local laws, because there's some really strict stuff. In Arizona, you have to have a light shining on it. So be aware on that. You're gonna find some license plate mods that don't have a light. They don't have this. They're just literally zip ties and hidden. So the one thing that you can do instead of a license plate mod is possibly get LEDs for your bike. So some bikes don't have LED lights. Some bikes have the incandescent bulb, and they can break after so many hours. They can get really bumpy. A vibration can cause them to go loose. Well, LEDs are super bright, and they hardly ever die, if that. So you're gonna want to get something that's gonna be super bright. That way you can be seen better and you can see better yourself. To jump back onto the LED thing, I see a lot of people just completely eliminating their turn signals. I was one of them. On my Harley, I didn't have front turn signals. That was before I got into super duper safety mode. That was when I decided, you know, I wanted new bars. I didn't feel like getting new LEDs or new turn signals up front. I didn't want to get cables, so I just cut them, took them off, end of story. I don't recommend that. Do not do that. Get something, okay? So get those LEDs that replace that. Do not buy a turn signal eliminator. Even sometimes the little itty bitty tiny turn signals that you can change out for the ones that you have, they're like super duper tiny. You really have to be aware how many lumens they put out. You have to be aware how bright they are, because just because that's legal to where you can have like a tiny itty bitty one, it might not be good enough for when you're out riding. Nobody could see it. Nobody could see you. It's not going to do any good. So make sure you're actually getting ones that provide enough luminance, provide enough brightness. That way other people can see you, and that way you can see other things. Let me know what you guys have done to your bike in the comments and you possibly regret. You know, you bought it, you're like, oh man, this is great, but I shouldn't have bought it because I decided to do something different later, and it really doesn't do me any good. A fuel pack or a fuel tuner will do you good for the rest of that bike's life. Having the right tires will make you happier, because you're not having to replace your tires every 5,000 miles while you're commuting, because you keep running down your race tires commuting to work. So make sure you guys get the right things for your bike. If you have any questions, please write it in the comments. Also, if you have any questions and you're a patron, make sure you message me on Patreon. I answer those lickety-split. It's a lot easier to get a hold of me on Patreon, just because I have almost 10,000 Instagram followers, 100,000 subscribers, and 1,400+ Discord members, and a lot of Facebook members, and a lot, yeah, it's just insane. So if you want to get a hold of me, make sure you message me on Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel, make sure you join Patreon. We got giveaways and stuff. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you around. Bye. This is Davis Monthan. If you guys are in Tucson, you know where I'm at. Sport mode. Nope. 0 to the speed limit. You honestly don't need LED lights, but if you want to be safer and more seen at night, this is the way to go. I bet you if I just sat here with my engine off, nobody would see me. Now I could do this, and if I'm having trouble on the side of the road, and it's not a battery issue, because obviously this runs off batteries, I could just be sitting here doing this, or have it brighter, or do a mixture of both. So it's like a dun, 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 dun. Does that make sense? So I could be sitting on the side of the road doing this with my hazards on if I wanted to.